You are around people who, no matter how hard you try, they would always bring you down. The environment in which you are is toxic because, they would always say you are not good. And that is why you are feeling that way. Today, I'll be talking about ways to deal with that feeling of not being good enough. You're not alone. Sometimes you feel that you're worthless and you're not able to achieve or complete your goals or tasks successfully. And that leads to you assuming or believing that negative thoughts of you not being good enough. But my question is, when did not being good enough become a crime? And when I mean a crime, are you being arrested for not being good enough? I'm going to be sharing ways for you to overcome these thoughts. We all have been in this situation at one point or the other. But today, I want you to pay careful attention and listen closely, because you will start getting rid of that untrue belief that you're not good enough. If you don't know me, I am Bola Adeyeye Omishade, and this is the Bola Adeyeye Omishade Show. It's a community where I teach individuals to build their confidence. And this is coming from my so many years of having low self-esteem and trying to overcome it. I would support you to embrace self-love, to overcome self-doubt, and be the best version of yourself. So feel free to be part of this community. And if you want to do that, all you need to do, if you're watching on YouTube, is to subscribe. And if you're watching on Facebook, I want you to follow. Okay, and thanks for doing that. If by the end of this video you enjoyed, I want you to share it. Share it with those that you feel will benefit. You never can tell who will need to hear this, or maybe you'll be impacting somebody's life. So make sure that if at the end you enjoy, you find value, I want you to share this video. Okay, so the feeling of not being good enough. When you think about the two words good enough, it would mean that you're not perfect, isn't it? Maybe you're not perfect in your job, you're not perfect in maybe your business, or in whatever it could be, your marriage. You're not perfect. And then when you try to think of what is the meaning of perfect, it means the process of maybe putting effort to achieve something that is faultless. But the question is, who is faultless? So when you're in your head, when you start telling yourself that negative belief that is not true, you need to ask yourself that, is there anyone that is faultless? We individuals are different, and we all have our varied strengths. Okay, so the thought of you thinking that you're not perfect is untrue. It's unreal. Now, why are you actually thinking that you are not good enough? Why? Because that's the first thing that you need to look at. What is the reason why you think you are not good enough? And this needs to be something that you are very conscious of. The moment you start having that feeling or that thoughts, you need to do an evaluation and ask, why am I thinking this way? And then One of the reasons, major reasons why you're trying to, is because you're trying to be perfect. And of course, no one is perfect. I've talked about that. Then you're competing and comparing yourself to others. In this age and time, we're surrounded with people who airbrush their lives. What they present to you, what they say to you, what you see is what they want you to see. So why are you comparing yourself to others? Why are you competing with other individuals? Now, I tell you something. The moment you start comparing yourself to others, you are on a quest to lose your originality. You lose who you are, because you start living your life based on the expectations other people have set. Now you set certain expectations that are not true because you're competing, because you're comparing yourself to others. And then the moment you are not able to meet those expectations, you start thinking you are not good enough. In fact, you give up easily. I remember a long time ago, I was working as a software developer at some point, and a lot of tasks that was given to me, they were quite challenging, and so the company was going to downsize because I think they lost their funding or something, or maybe some of their shareholders. I can't remember what it is exactly, but then it was a case where I had to voluntarily resign or leave the job. But deep down, I was happy. I gave up because I felt I was not good enough to be in that environment. So when they advised, at some point I felt bad, but on the other hand, I was really happy. I gave up. So when you're feeling that you're not good enough, you give up easily. I gave up because I felt that I was not good enough. Some of us, how many of us have found ourselves in an environment where people are having conversation, and this your mind will be telling you that you can't contribute because you're not good enough, or whatever you're going to say is not going to make sense because you're not good enough. Why are you doing that? Whatever you say, it is your thoughts, it is your opinion. You are unique in your own way. There are some characteristics, there's some things that you have that the other people in that conversation do not have. Everyone is different. Individuals have different strengths. So get off that bus. Get off that drive of comparing and competing with other people. Because the moment you're competing with other people, you put yourself at a risk of losing your originality and feeling that you are not good enough. When you compare yourself to other people, you focus more on the outcome. And this is it, I'll explain it. For example, you want to be a nurse. And because, the nurses, they make money, they are, you're focusing on those, and you spend less time focusing on the process that will lead you to get to being a nurse. So, and that's what you're doing. You are more of the money instead of focusing on the process of the business, on how to get the business to work. You are focusing more on the outcome. I would always say, think about the outcome, think about your destination. But then I'm not saying concentrate, and because the moment you are focusing on that, you start feeling that I cannot get there. Focus on the step by step, the baby steps that you need to take to get you to that destination. So one of the reasons why you're not you feel that you're not good enough, the reasons you feel that you are worthless, is because you're focusing more on the outcome as opposed to the process. You're focused on the money. You're focused on being whatever you want to be, or you are focused on getting a job quickly. Instead of focusing on the right skills or the learnings that you need to carry with you you along the way. And then the other reason why you feel that you're not good enough is because you focus more on those things you're not very good at. You focus on more, and then you forget about those things that are good about you. So you want to start, it's okay to have a list of those things you're not good at so that you can work on them to improve yourself. Like I said, no one is perfect. But focus more when you start feeling that when you start having that feeling of not being good enough. You start focusing on those things you have done in the past. Recall those your past achievements, those things that you have done successfully. That will help you get rid of those negative thoughts of not being good enough. Because at the end of the day, you spend so much time on those things that you're not able to do. You're not able to pay your bills. You're not able to complete the task. You're not able to organize yourself. You're not efficient enough. No, focus on those things you can do. Those things you have done very well. Those your successes. Those your small wins. Celebrate yourself. And another reason why you think you're not good enough is because you're in a toxic environment. You are around people who, no matter how hard you try, they would always bring you down. The environment in which you are is toxic because, they would always say you are not good. And that is why you are feeling that way. It is time for you to think carefully about the environment that you find yourself. You are in an environment that the moment you start talking, it's like, what does she have to say? It is a very toxic environment. You know what you need to do? Start believing in yourself. Start believing that you are you. Start believing start working hard towards your own goals, your own expectations, and not other people's expectations. In fact, when they put you down, you need to throw back whatever they have said to you and clarify. Because in most cases, these people are vague. They use generic word like you're not very good at your job. Or, when they say that, you need to ask them, what do you mean by I'm not very good at my job? Am I not effective enough? Am I not efficient? Am I not able to learn things? Am I not organized? Am I not communicating well? So what is your own qualification of not being good enough? Because they are toxic and they don't even understand it. Now, those things they are not able to achieve, they are pouring them on you. So be very careful. Be very careful when people throw shades at you. You need to try and think, is it their problem? And they're trying to extend their own problem to you. So when you find yourself thinking about that, focus more on your own passion. Focus more on those things you know that you are good at. Even if it is just 2 things, do it and do it well. Focus like this one thing, I know it. This one thing, and I'm going to stand out with this. And that is how you can get rid of that thought, that feeling of not being good enough. You have tried positive affirmations. You have tried positive thinking, and it is not working. You know what? Focus more on the thoughts and reflect on those things as opposed to being caught up in them. You need to remind yourself that no one is perfect. And yes, when did it become a crime to fail? When did it become a crime not to be good at something? When you are not good at something, you are aware that you are not good at it, and it's an opportunity for you to learn. So even when those toxic people are putting you down, you say to them, it's a learning process. It is a process. No one was born perfect, and no one is perfect. In fact, even the Bible, when they were crucifying the adulterous woman, you know what Jesus said? Cast your first stone if you are faultless. So why are you being hard on yourself? Why are you listening to that negative thoughts that keep telling you that you are not good enough? And then you keep quiet when conversations are happening at work. And then you feel, oh, I can't contribute. You feel, oh, my thought is silly. I'm not clever. I'm not good enough. I can't, don't do that to yourself. Don't create low self-esteem. Don't lose your confidence. Believe in yourself. And like I would always say, if you don't believe in yourself, who else will believe in you? Believe in your skills. Believe in all you have to offer. And when you are talking about it, you need to say it confidently. You need to say it confidently. Don't let anybody put you down. And don't listen to that thought. So some of us, the time that we spend on looking at those airbrushes on social media, it tampers with your brain. Even on, it could even be the professional environment. It could actually be you looking at me. I didn't get here today. It was, you go back and look at my first video, and I am not there yet. I have had people that have said, what is this you're doing? But I don't care, because I am me. I believe in myself. I believe in my goals. And I believe that I am speaking to you and you are finding value. It is helping you being the best version of yourself. So I care less. And I don't want to be a perfect human being. I have got my own faults as well. But then there is always room to learn. There's always an opportunity to learn something new. Oh gosh, since I started, I have improved. I didn't have confidence. I had so much low self-esteem. I couldn't say no. But now I can say no. I can share my opinion. It is my opinion. And yes, it is allowed. It is acceptable to share my opinion. So why? So you have to be very intentional. The moment that you start having that thought of not being good enough, you need to tell yourself that, oh boy, no one is perfect. Listen and listen. I have my strengths. I have not gotten it this time. I will try over and over again. I will do it over and over again. And I will get there, because practice, they say, makes perfect. So I will do it over and over again. I will learn the skills that I need to learn. And it's not a crime. Even if you are saying that I am not good enough, it is not a crime, because I have not seen anybody who is faultless. Get away from that environment of toxic people. Get away from that environment of people who puts you down. Get away from that environment of people who would not give you a second chance. It is not the right environment for you. Even if it's your job, it is not the right environment for you. And if it's a case where that's your dream place, you need to have healthy conversation and make them understand that, yes, whatever your own expectations are not my expectation. These are my strengths. There are opportunities for me to learn. Share your thoughts with me. Help me to learn. I'm not perfect. Help me to be perfect. You're perfect. What are the things you do? Share your experience with me. And live life the way you want to live life. Look after yourself. Love yourself more. Believe in yourself. It is hard, I know, but you have to be intentional. You have to make conscious effort. And yes, this applies to me because I am improving. I am growing as well. I am growing. I still have those times where I feel, oh, I'm not good. Some people are very good at talking. Some people are very good at communicating. Yeah, but it's okay. You know, some people will talk and you'll be like, oh my God, he or she articulates well. I can't even, you know. Or some people will sell their business and you feel, oh my God, they've done so much. No, don't. People have a lot of airbrushes, you know. People have a lot of filters, you know. So don't compare yourself. I want you to take this away today, that as from today, if you have been thinking of yourself as not being good enough, start recalling those things that you have done successfully. Start telling yourself that I have been able to do this. I have the strength. I have passions as well. You know, I would stop comparing myself to other people. I would stop setting expectations that are unreal. There is nothing like perfect. There is nothing. Celebrate your small wins. Yes, you have not won big this time. There are times where you don't get it right. But I will keep trying. I will keep doing it over and over again. I would not get fed up. I would not get tired. I would not give up because I feel I'm not good enough. Don't give up on that goal because you think you're not. Keep trying. Keep doing it over and over again. You will get there. Keep writing that exam. Yes, it's okay to fail. It is okay to fail. Do it again. If that business does not work, do it again. Again and again. And you will get there. Have you found value from this? Let me know what you'll be doing from today. Will you stop comparing yourself to other people? Will you start celebrating your wins? Your small and big wins? Will you start reminding yourself of those things that you have done well? Will you get away from that toxic relationship? Will you start reminding yourself that no one is perfect? Will you start reminding yourself that failure is not a crime? Will you start reminding yourself that I will do it over and over again? Will you start reminding yourself that I will tell myself the truth? I don't want to lose who I am. I don't want to live based on the expectations of others. I know you will do this. I know you will be the best version of yourself. Start being original. Start living a true and a real life. And yes, I believe in you. I believe you can do it. I believe you can achieve your goals. I believe that if you do it over and over again, you will get there. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't drop off the way. Don't drop off on that journey. And stop competing with others. Stop comparing yourself with others. Share this. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. There are some people that might need to hear this. Share this on your profile. You know, keep sharing. Share it so that people can get that. They need to hear this so that they are being the best version of themselves. And they stop that untrue belief, that negative circle of them feeling that they're not good enough. Yeah, if you have any questions for me, the email is on the screen. Don't forget to follow our social media pages if you have not. And yes, it's always a pleasure to have you watch this till the end. It means so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you again same time next week, and make sure you are joining me and invite somebody to join as well. Invite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Invite them. This is Bola Adeyeye Omishade, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.